Yeah, we're already here. We're on game 3 here. Splat Zone's on Makamart.
So even though we already saw this, we're obviously going to be seeing very, very drastic changes. Especially, I just want to point out Dia's Hydra. We were talking about that earlier as well, but I really want to see how it comes into play on this map and mode combination. This should be really, really cool to watch.
Actually bringing the Charger out from Salt. I believe that's Zig. I think he's using the name Salt in game, but I'm pretty sure that's actually Zig. So if you're familiar with Bet, the Charger's being played by Zig right now.
Yeah, that's Dia on the zone at least right now. And obviously Komodo in the blue, Bet in the yellow. It looks like Komodo's going to be able to take control of the zone there. Stingray is set out, but there's not too much to reinforce that really, but they do get a splat on top of zone, so if Bet is able to get in sooner than later, they would have been able to make something of it, but no, Komodo going to shut them down with that nice front line. That nice snipe coming down on top of Teen is going to maybe open up something for the front line if they can get rid of this Inkjet, but that is not the case. Ooh, yeah. Nice job on.
I still think he was able to do a great job just actually shutting down 3 members of Bet actually in their base with a little bit of the distraction there. But right now, taking out Dia in the process, this is going to be Bet's chance to actually shine, taking out the zone and trying to see if they can take out any other members of Komodo along with it.
At least we have Bet coming into the zone. They have taken control of it now, and they are going to be able to wind out that penalty. But it's looking rough for Bet there. They're all crammed in kind of the corner. I'm thinking of the room that Harry Potter lived in when, you know, he lived in like his kind of adopted parents' home. That's maybe the size of the room they were kind of in that corner towards zone. But either way, going to be sent down and kicking. I don't know why it was the first thing that came up to my mind when I thought of close quarters, but it was. So there you go.
You know what? I like it. We'll go with it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Either way, Komodo again. I mean, very soon after able to take control of zone. This is interesting because I remember Vesper. We were talking at the beginning of just like about how we felt about Komodo's chances going into this one, and like, you know, their chances historically, and I think you were kind of speaking to, yeah, I mean, Bet kind of get the better of us, you know, in the majority of times, but we still kept it close. So this is rather overwhelming on Komodo's part, I would say. I mean, the score doesn't really indicate that, but if Bet has gotten control, it's been for a minute, and so they've gotten control now. We'll see if they're able to get hold on to it for more than a couple of seconds here. As Dia with that splatling gonna get back to the middle zone.
It seems like this is one of those games where you just ride the penalty. It's one of those games where you're in control a ton, but the enemy keeps getting that capture on you, and like you capture it right back, but like it's gonna add that penalty to your score, right? And it's like your score moves down so slowly because you always have to burn through this penalty, and it seems like that's kind of the position that Komodo's in right now.
Yeah. I mean,
regardless, though, it seems like they're still looking really, really strong right now. Komodo, each and every time they've been actually able to come back to mid, they not only take the zone, they manage to cap a couple of people. 2 members do go down and Bet. 1 does respawn, but right now we're back to the 3-on-3 situation. Dia trying to see if he can hold down the middle before he jumps back, and yeah, Komodo is still sitting on a really, really good, on a really great, yeah, just on 15 points right here. Oh.
All right, we're gonna lose our connection to host, so we'll see if how that one turned out. But you know, if I had my money on someone, probably Komodo to take that one out. That was Bet's like maybe like I think 3rd or 4th opportunity to get on the zone. So we'll see, you know, if that ended up turning out the way we think it did. But I think yeah, actually the host might have DC'd in that one. So Vesper might need some.
We're gonna take a look at the match chat here. I'll give you guys an update.
Yeah, we might need. What's the thing that the judge uses to kind of like hit the thing on the desk?
The hammer? Oh, you mean like the name for the hammer?
Is it
I don't know
a
the
gavel?
name.
Gavel, yes, yeah.
It's a gavel.
Vesper, we're gonna need the Vesper gavel, really quick.
1 second. I'm taking a look at match chat.
And if not the Vesper gavel, you know, because
it was a room DC, so whoever the host was loses the game.
So yeah, I think you know, more than Vesper's gavel, we've got Alicia and Earth leading the pack right now in TOing. Shout out to them, and so it's actually really their gavel to really just lay it on. But yeah, I think we're gonna be able to get into this room sooner than later, and I'll probably not show the password, so we can get this one started. But yeah, that's the old map. We're still sticking to the same round 2 maps. Not sure as to exactly who won each map in particular or each game beforehand, but either way, 1-1. We're gonna figure out where this one is at very shortly. If that is correct, though, we would be moving on to Rainmaker on Sturgeon and seeing essentially what we just saw recently. So Komodo were the ones that were hosting, So if that is the case, they would be down 2-1 in this one, which might be a little awkward, obviously, because they were kind of leading the pack. But yeah, I think it is a game loss for them considering the DC. So
You know what? It's okay because when I look at the lineup on Komodo right now, none of those players are really going to tilt that hard by losing that game.
yeah.
Some other players, maybe.
Are you gonna name
Some
names?
other players, maybe.
Are you gonna name
Some
names?
other players would be pretty upset about winning a game and then losing.
Are you gonna
because of
name
the host
names?
DC.
Because if you aren't naming
not gonna
names,
name names,
then
that's pretty
I'm not
obvious,
interested. No, okay, then fine. If we're gonna keep it, if we're gonna keep it for general audiences, then that's fine. We can do that. I just needed to know. But yeah, okay. So it looks like Komodo fortunately gonna have to lose that one due to the DC.
Pixel in chats just hit me.
Oh, I know exactly. The person. Yeah, we don't have to mention names, right? But Pixel, come here. What is it? Yeah, no. So Komodo unfortunately gonna lose game 3 there. But either way, I mean, they were looking really strong there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to bounce back on up.
Just 2 games.
Yeah.
Possible.
No, NBD, It's,
Just don't lose, forehead.
You should hop into your Team VC and tell them that real quick. Just let them know.
Okay.
Let them know the business. Oh, okay. I think he actually did do that.
Oh, he actually went to go do that. Okay. Well then.
So yeah, game's gonna go over
Right
on the
back.
bet. So Vesper, I don't know. Do you know who won like game 1 and game 2? Because that would be useful information to know. Because Komodo was really
I can take a
looking
look.
strong in Splat Zones.
I will take a look. Unfortunately, Smash GG just tells me that somebody reported the game. It doesn't tell me what they reported for.
Right. Oh, right. Because the thing is, you're gonna teams have to like verify it, but sometimes the team will just be like AFK and just not really say yes, this is actually what happened.
I'm going to ask.
Yeah. So we'll get a confirmation of that within the next 5 minutes.
Oh, Carter's got us covered. Komodo won game 1.
Oh,
So that means Komodo
interesting.
won the Splat Zones Humpback Pump Track, and the Tower Control Anchovy Games was won by Bet.
Yeah. So that's really lining up for me because I mean, Vesper, I mean you have best perspective on this and where you feel your team is most comfortable at. But when you say Splat Zones, yeah, okay, that contextually checks out. Yes.
Honestly, though, like it seems like how we just came into game 3 right there, and Komodo seems to have been like just dominating that game. Well, I wouldn't say dominating, but they were still looking really, really strong for that game. So really, it's just a matter of can they actually take this Rainmaker game and then just go back to that same performance that they had going into game 5, if there is a game 5.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly kind of would expect one, but that being said, like, I still can't discount the fact that I was so utterly impressed with Bet's play at SNS, and like, honestly, straight up, like, that was my first time seeing them, and I haven't seen them play since then, literally, so that's just my burning impression of them. So that's a caveat, I guess, but like, yeah, I think just in general, like, they were really impressive, especially Dalton, or Dalton, because he has like 5 A's in it, but, yeah.
Delta?
Like, well, his registration name is Daltan, but like I think his name is just Delta. So I mean, we'll just run with that. But yeah, no, Delta in our game here at least was just really, really impressive on that regard. So at least my eyes on him, and that's kind of a nudge, I guess, towards Zari to see if we can get footage on Dalton because I really loved seeing them play, just in a LAN setting, and we'll see if that can extend here as well. Word. Well, we'll see if we can get any more results as they come on in as well. Golf Club is going to take it 3-1 over Elevate. Elevate actually having a roster, of people that I'm actually not too familiar with. So the fact that that was 3-1 was actually relatively surprising because again, that roster is Tic Tac, Fuzzy, Kyo, and Quevo. People we're very much familiar with. So really interesting result at least. But with that being said, we're getting back right into the match of it, and this is game number 4, Sturgeon Shipyard.
Ooh, all right. Very similar picks coming actually from both teams. We see Dia once again on that Hydra. I really want to see the Dapple's Nivo. That's a weapon that actually we haven't really seen too much lately.
Yeah, we really haven't. And just for the record, it is Komodo in the green and, yeah, Bet in the pink. So we'll be able to see that as it rolls on through. But either way, it's Delta able to help secure that Rainmaker and get something going here. Vesper, it is not looking good for your team here, I think. That's a direct onto Keen. That's a... Oh my
Delta.
goodness.
Keen was one shot away from killing the Jet, and he would have saved their team from that double kill, but he ran out of ink.
But you know what happened, Vesper? That's 3 of your teammates down, and that's going to be, I think, the Rainmaker push probably in favor of Bet here. And yeah, no, for Komodo, it's got to be really kind of concerning because obviously you went from being so close to winning the last game, and now it's just like, oh man, we're getting picked up on. But no, Komodo actually being able to close up a good amount of shop in front of them. Surprisingly, now they have Dia in front of them, able to paint the path for this Rainmaker, and nobody really to defend this. Actually, what?
Here they come.
This is a Dia play. This is a Dia play. The aggressive Hydra.
Dia play.
What? Okay, we see a frontline Dia there, just being able to kind of chart the path here. But
Dia's not a backline player. He's a Hydra player.
Okay, thank you for the distinction, I guess. But I'm just like curious as to where Bet was, because that was just really open. We saw them like pushing super hard towards that jump spot that they're kind of shooting towards right now, and then all of a sudden it just disappears. And sure, 1 or 2 members kind of went down there, but like that doesn't explain why there was literally 0 people just not able to defend that one.
Yeah, but it seems like right now. Oh, sorry, go on.
They had the Ray, which is like honestly all you need in Rainmaker.
I guess, but it was, I don't know. Visually, it was just really like surprising. I guess I don't know, but either way, Dalton here leading with the Inkjet. Again, this is a really close match. This Rainmaker's at the 67-point marker. So, and okay, Dalton's gonna go down, or Delta on our screens there, to a 2v1 from Keen and Co there. But yeah, resetting that one before it kind of gets any scarier. And now a really good opportunity for them. They are 3 between the middle. A lot of them from Bet kind of super jumping back. So this is looking kind of promising here. But as soon as I say that,
that is comes out.
Yeah, a little bit different.
I think something that's really important to keep note of here is the relationship between the Charger and the Hydra. Just because the Charger is one of the hardest counters to the Hydra. Not only does the main weapon normally beat Hydra in most engagements, it also has a Stingray, and Stingray is kind of just the like anti-Hydra special for the most part. And I think as long as Zig is able to play with this Charger strongly here, he should be able to shut down Dia pretty well. Dia actually did drop there. It looks like Keen was able to clean up the Rainmaker, and they were able to stop that push before it got too dangerous for Komodo, as it is still down to 52 points on Sturgeon Shipyard. We're 2 minutes left in the game. It's not the most convincing lead, but it is the lead.
Yeah. Komodo's actually still managing to like just hold the Rainmaker as much as they can in mid, and trying to make like these really cautious pushes. One thing I'm kind of noticing off both teams is that they both seem to favor going on the left side of the map for each particular side. It seems like they all want to take that shortcut. I do understand like the idea behind that is, you know, you want to be able to get like that really quick push, but at the same time, like I wonder how much favoring just kind of like taking the long route would actually benefit each of the teams. 2 members actually do go down on Bet right now, and it's just trying to see if Komodo can make an additional push right here. They still have the Rainmaker, but they do have the lead at 52.
So what was really interesting there was Bet actually had one of their members actually just shoot down the sponge, which did not enable Dia to. Exact same thing to happen there. They just being able to shrink that sponge in a fashion where that Rainmaker's just not able to jump up to where it wants to go. So actually really good defensive effort and just being able to be at the right place at the right time, because otherwise that could have really done a number. And Bet might have had a lot more struggle than they are now getting back into it. But, you know, 47 seconds left to go in this one. Rainmaker is taken down, but it's a 1v1 in the middle, and they do get control around the Rainmaker.
I'm of the opinion that the sponge is garbage and you never take the Rainmaker there, but apparently my team didn't know that, so I'm gonna go yell at them after this.
I mean, sometimes you gotta shoot your shot. Like, sometimes it's there and it's waiting and it's sitting pretty, and
you just go right. It was like undefended. They were spawning on left. Just bring it right.
Yeah, but see, now Bet's gonna do this again. They're gonna try to see if they can take it on left side. They actually do manage to make the jump, but Salt does go down. The Rainmaker's gonna be sitting there for 15 seconds left on the clock right now.
Baby.
They still might be able to grab this.
They should be able to grab it, but okay. If I'm Dia, I'm just thinking I just got to get in the right. Oh Lord, that's with 5 seconds left to go, and that is not looking good for Komodo. Where they did have the lead, but they're gonna get. Oh my goodness, they do get burst at Rainmaker, but they actually get taken down by the Bet member waiting around them, and that's gonna be it for Komodo actually, which is kind of really surprising and actually unfortunate, given that Komodo was really dictating the play in Game 3 for the most part, in Game 4 as well, but really just slipping up in not too great of fashion there towards the end. And yeah, that's going to be Komodo.